got the boys in. I got Lloyd. We got Jay Mitch. We got Jackie Boyd.
He tried to jump up, and he might have knocked it in.
Good timing. Let's go. What a start to the Monday. I mean, I'm from Lafayette. My boys will come in and say,
oh, God. So me and Joe on the ground. I got Joe in the headlock. And he's sitting there. He's punching me in the stomach, like, punching me.
Here, is everyone sitting around? Who here thinks Ochenko can practice today after having 5 full beers? And he goes, Chad Jones, right? Chad's doing the team 6 minutes. For 7 minutes, right? Chad's like, no, man, I don't think Ochenko can practice today. And I was like, I look back and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. I saw you there. You were more fucked up than me.
On the Spirit plane had some issues, I think. She was sleep farting.
you heard her or you just thought it was her?
I sat right next to her. I smelled it.
Whoa. What was that?
Good show.
Now, when you do go to spring training, are you going to bring your chinchilla and your turtle?
My dad tell you about it?
The SEC is, God, they hate fat people. I mean, I get crushed for that. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Hey, just the South, bro. You got a bunch of food down here. Like they should.
Look at Lloyd.
You know what, Lloyd?
You're looking for a recruiting coordinator, coach. I'm here.
He's like, I'll piss my pants right now.
No way.
We're wearing gray pants, long gray pants. He goes, I'll piss my pants right now.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today is Friday, January 3rd. What?
Yeah.
What?
Friday.
Why? Oh, it's
Friday.
Friday. You sound like
Monday.
You sound like Will Ferrell when he was Harry Carey.
Oh.
Friday.
If the moon made a spare room, would you do that? I know I would.
Oh, got a big show for you today. Obviously, we're talking sports. Obviously, LSU football season is over. Well, the football season as a whole is not over. College football playoffs. Sugar Bowl was last night, postponed 24 hours due to the tragedy in New Orleans. Notre Dame versus Georgia in the Superdome. Superdome.
Super Bowl will be in the Superdome.
Maybe it was Notre Dame's Super Bowl. Who knows? Notre Dame put it on Georgia. It feels like Georgia kind of I don't want to take anything away from Notre Dame because Notre Dame was more physical. Notre Dame made the plays they needed to make. They got the turnovers they needed to get. Georgia felt like they squandered opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. But at the end of the day, Notre Dame beats Georgia 23-10, beats them by 13 points, moves on to play in the semifinals against Penn State, who has also been dominant in their 2 wins so far in the playoffs. And then you got Texas, Ohio State that are playing in, I think it's the Cotton Bowl, right? So it's the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl, correct? I think it's Notre Dame, and yep, there you go, right there. Ohio State, Texas in the Cotton Bowl. Notre Dame, Penn State in the Orange Bowl. That's where the semifinals games are at. Should be exciting. Obviously, the Texas-Ohio State. I think both matchups are against very well-matched teams, right? Like Notre Dame and Penn State both play similar styles of football, right? Physical, defensive-minded football. They're going to run the football, that type of stuff. And then Ohio State, Texas both have a little bit more speed on the outside offensively, more of explosive offenses. Both have good defenses. Texas, I believe, was the best defense in the SEC. Now, I think some of that had to do with some of the competition they played throughout the course of the year, but they're very talented. Obviously, Colin Simmons, I know that's a name that LSU fans don't love to hear because we felt like we had him in the bag, and then Texas dropped the bag, and we no longer had them in our bag, and now he has 9 sacks as a true freshman playing for the University of Texas. So they have the ability to get after the quarterback. Ohio State's been playing some unbelievable football as of late. We'll see what happens there. Ohio State opens that game as 6-point favorites over Texas, which is kind of wild to me. We're going to get to that as we go. Last weekend of the NFL, a lot of matchups, a lot of
point spreads
scenarios. Point spreads are very big, bigger than you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think. Listen, Himbo, the guy from ESPN who has all the stats,
Nerd.
comes out and says he drops his stat when the Cleveland Browns went 0-16. Right, 0-6. Their 0-16 season, they never had a spread higher than 13.5. They are, I think, 19-point dogs.
When did the Browns do that?
The Browns went 0-16.
I know when. I remember Detroit.
Or maybe it was Detroit. I thought he said Browns.
I mean, Himbo could be wrong.
I thought he said
The
Browns.
Browns did it too.
Did
'Cause
they?
I remember Joe Thomas being on that team. The Browns did it too recently.
Yeah, so the Browns in that year
Hit the
never
draft.
spread over 13.5.
And now you have-
now it's a 19-point spread against the Ravens.
He got sharp.
Well, it's because he got Bailey Zappi playing quarterback. Hadn't even been on the team all year. That should be interesting. But
There you go.
you have a lot of matchups. You have a lot of scenarios that need to happen. Obviously, people around here, us in particular, are going to be focusing on the Bengals game, which is tomorrow night against the Steelers. They obviously have to beat the Steelers, but they also need the Broncos to lose to the Chiefs, and they need the Dolphins to lose against the Jets. I think the Dolphins are at the Jets, and I believe the Broncos are at the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes is not playing, so it's going to be the Carson Wentz show for Kansas City. Kansas City is still favored. Hopefully, for the Bengals' sake, they can go ahead and beat the Broncos, beat a rookie quarterback, have some guys that maybe haven't had an opportunity to get a lot of snaps, get more snaps, and make the most of it. They're all professionals. Go out there and win the game. Now, there's some conjecture out there that maybe the Chiefs want to lose the game because they don't want the Bengals in the game in the playoffs.
That would be a big brain theory.
You know,
I would do that.
That is a conversation that is happening. I believe that those guys, every time they're going to go out, are going to try to win the football game, and I'm hoping that they do. But that's really I guess you have the last game of the weekend too. You have Detroit and Minnesota playing against each other, both 14-2, both same division. Crazy game because if you win the division. But if you lose, you're the 5th seed. So no home field, no home game at all. Potentially.
If you win, you get a 1 seed in the bye. If you lose, you get a 5th seed in
a
the road game.
Yeah.
It all comes down to this,
Lot
folks.
riding on this.
Yeah, lot riding on the game. That is why it's Sunday night football game. That's why it's the last
Did
Sunday
they
night
flex
football
this
game
game,
of
by
the year.
the way? Was
They
this
had.
game
They
flexed
had.
to
They
the
had.
game?
There's no way they predicted before the season started. Hey, this game is going to decide the division. There's no way. It definitely flexed. Has to be flexed.
Well, you're telling me you didn't think the Vikings would be 14-2 with either a rookie quarterback or Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold made himself a lot of money this year,
He
didn't he?
did. They said he's going to reset the market. Like,
What?
yeah, he could potentially get that type of deal.
Like Trevor Lawrence type deal, like $50 million a year?
Yeah, like Burrow type money.
Wow. Well, Burrow and Lawrence got the same amount,
Yeah,
right?
and he's a year younger than Burrow.
Darnold is?
Yeah.
No, he isn't.
Yeah, he is.
Darnold's a year
Oh,
younger
yeah,
than.
it's 26 or 27.
27, Burrow's 28.
Wow.
So you're
Wow.
getting good value there.
good value. I mean, I don't think the age matters at that point, but good for Sam Darnold. Very likable guy. Was in a shit show in New York. Was in a shit show in Carolina, and then got there and got under O'Connell and has thrived. Good for him. Good for him.
I mean, if you look
Good for Baker too. Baker snubbed.
Well, you forget too. He got to go. He got to go reset in San Francisco last year as well too. So you got to sit behind that and kind of get all those bad habits out before you actually get back on the field. So yeah,
that's right. Baker. Baker got snubbed in the Pro Bowl. Probably should have made the Pro Bowl.
Probably.
I think he has 30, almost 40 touchdown passes.
Who's the quarterbacks out the NFC?
Sam
Darnold for one.
Sam Darnold made it. Jaden Daniels made it.
How many do they take?
Who else made it? Do they have the? Let's see. I mean, obviously the AFC. You have Josh Allen. You have Mahomes did not make it. You have Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen,
Jared Goff over Baker.
Well, Jared Goff is very deserving too, though. See, listen, and I'm not saying Jared Goff probably should be in the MVP conversation, but there should be some sort of conversation about him as one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL this year, right? Because the numbers he's putting up for a first-place team in Detroit and the amount of offense that they are putting up and having to put up the offense because their entire defense is hurt, that's pretty impressive. Jared Goff's had a really good year.
Jared Goff, 71% completion percentage, 36 touchdowns, 10 picks, and 4,400 yards.
It's pretty good.
From somebody that was in his first year for the Rams, threw for 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Yeah, pretty good.
So legit has a chance to end the year with 40 touchdowns, like a legit chance.
Because the offense is the only way they beat teams right now, and the only way they're going to probably beat Minnesota is if they score points. They ain't going to stop Minnesota because they have nobody on defense, right? Also, snub Kirby Joseph leads the league in interceptions with 9, no Pro Bowl.
I don't think that I think we're making too big of a deal of the Pro Bowl.
No, no doubt. I think obviously between the players, I believe All Pro. Yeah, is the better indicator of, but Pro Bowl has some impact on contracts. Yeah. Pro Bowl has impact on bonuses, right? It's kind of more of a popularity contest. I know that the fans vote a lot on that, but I get it. Not everybody can't make it. Everybody had a great season, can't make it. I understand all that. Saints 0 Pro Bowlers. Saints 0 Pro Bowlers. I think there's a couple teams that didn't have any. I kind of like that, actually. Not that the Saints didn't have any. I like that the NFL says
no,
it's not a participation trophy. We don't have to have representation from every team. Major League Baseball, you do. Major League Baseball, you have to have representation. At least one person from every team make the All-Star game. I don't agree with that. Right? It's nice if you're that guy on the team that's bad that ends up making it, having a good year. Great, but those. Being an all-star should mean something, and being an all-star, you have to earn it. You shouldn't just say, "Oh, you're just on a bad team. You're the best person on a bad team," even though there's other people that are better than you, and so we're going to put you.
That's like saying you're the smartest kid in summer school,
right? Yeah. No doubt.
Well, in summer school, I mean, that can be hard, and if you're the smartest kid there, you're definitely the most improved. So that's like comeback.
That don't mean you're at the top of the class.
That's like comeback player of the year.
That don't mean you're at the top of the class.
Did y'all see they changed the rules for comeback player of the year? So
they did.
They needed to. You can't just have a bad year and then have a good year and say, "Oh, comeback player of the year." Like no. You got to have Flacco was won it last year. They changed it after that, right? Flacco was like, "Damn, I've been in the NFL for a really long time. I didn't have anything crazy happen to me. Didn't have a severe injury that I recovered from. It was just." I got old and I stunk for a little bit, and so then I didn't play.
And played great.
And I came back and played great. Not comeback player of the year.
It should be.
No.
Just because you have one person die one time and
it's not even about that.
You don't change the rules for that.
It's not even about that. It's about someone that comes off an injury, comes off of something that was
didn't
allow them to play. Not a bad year. Not a bad year. I don't.
How would you describe Joe Flacco last year? If you had one word, what would you describe that?
He was good.
I would say it would be a comeback.
Yeah, but the comeback player of the year award.
Resurgence.
It's a resurgence.
Oh, he gets the resurgence player of the year?
Yeah, resurgence player of the year award. Don't forget about me, player of the year award.
I can still do it.
I can still do it.
But
Still
not
got
this
it.
year.
Still got it.
Not comeback player of the year.
I'm
this
as
year.
good as I want. I'm as good once as I ever was.
Not as good as I once was.
But I'm as good once as I ever was.
was.
All right, let's talk about the football game last night.
Who was that? Master P?
Yeah. Yep. Soaked a shocker, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it was. Didn't Nelly do a country song? Oh yeah, over and over again.
No, that's not a country song. That is just
I don't think that's the country one.
no R&B.
I think Nelly did a country song. I mean, country grammar. Duh.
Yeah, it's not a country song. All right, Georgia loses. SEC kind of struggling. Texas is the last saving grace for the SEC. New first year in the conference, representing the SEC right now is in the last 4 teams in college football. Texas felt like they should have blown out Arizona State, and then was lucky to win the game. It went from damn Texas is going to dominate to holy shit Texas is going to lose to holy shit how does Arizona State allow the receiver to get behind them on 4th and 13, and so now they're one of the last 4 teams in. Only SEC team, Big Ten teams. I can't talk.
All right,
Big
let's wrap
Ten
this one up.
has 2 teams, and then obviously Notre Dame. Notre Dame played Georgia. They knocked off Georgia last night, 23-10. Jerry, what did you see in that game that makes you think that Notre Dame potentially has a shot at this thing? If you saw anything,
if they could run the ball, play keep away the kind of way they did in that game, and maybe some big plays in special teams. Again, not necessarily it has to be touchdowns, but if they can make some plays like that, and once again play keep away, I think they got a shot. I mean, you're watching the Penn State game. I mean, the Penn State team who they really like to do the same thing. Like, don't get me wrong, Drew Aller's played better this year. He's played better in the pass game than he has as we've known him in the past, but they're still not the team that lights it up offensively in the pass game. So with that being the case, if Notre Dame's able to play some good defense, play keep away on the offensive side of the ball, convert third downs, have long drives, if they do those type of things, I think they got a chance to win it again. Like, make no mistake about it. Yes, Georgia played without their starting quarterback. They played with a backup quarterback. He had a couple weeks to prepare. It still doesn't matter. They played with a backup quarterback. But the more shocking thing in that game was watching them. I think I think Notre Dame did a lot to win the line of scrimmage and the way that they played up there, and they were able to affect the backfield. They were able to get in the backfield, and they were able to kind of cause some havoc back there, way more than you ever thought that you would be seeing in that kind of a game. And I think that was the telling tale of it, more so than even them just playing with the backup quarterback. They played well. They deserve all the hats off for that game because they went out there and got the job done.
let me ask you this though. So I agree. I think Notre Dame played really well. They played a lot. Extremely physical, right? Like, I think they were more physical than Georgia was. Like, Notre Dame's defense was more physical than Georgia's offense was, right? Offensive line, front 4. But
certainly the special teams.
Well, listen, I'm actually impressed at that freshman punter, which I know it didn't matter. Like, I know it ultimately did not matter. But the fact that Georgia's all-conference punter was hurt, and nobody mentioned that and acted like that wasn't going to be an issue. Like, listen, thank God the Notre Dame defensive end could not stop running into the kicker, because that first punt, that freshman, it was the first punt of his career in the playoff game. It was a 33-yarder. And I was like, this guy's going to shank a punt, and kudos to him. He did not. He even got 2 running into the kicker. Should have been roughing.
It should have been. That changes the game.
No doubt. But I guess my question,
Georgia got hosed.
Before we get into all of that other stuff, is Notre Dame played really well, but did Georgia blow it, or did Notre Dame win it?
Georgia blew it.
I mean, look. Do you think Georgia blew it? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
No, I do. I think, well, because of the mistakes that were made, obviously you have a
Parker Jones, bad
look. But yeah. I have a theory on that. There's some pictures that have come out about this referee. I think he was embarrassed, and there's pictures of him on the other side.
He's outside the white, I heard.
Yes, he was running down their sidelines. Like, this was a moment of, I have the power. I'm going to embarrass this kid instead of me being the fucking idiot that was running down the sidelines, and I lost where I was on the field. But so Parker's going to get a bad rap the rest of his life, have to move out of Athens. He might as well go to South Bend. Like, that kid's going to have to live that down the rest of his life. Like, you went a little close to the action. a little close to the action, but no rule breaking. The man got his ego hurt, and then you said, you know what, that's actually 15, when it used to be, hey, sideline warning.
Well, I think if you run into the guy, you don't have to warn him.
No, you tell it to Mike Tomlin.
Yeah. You can't do that. But I will say this though. Here's why. I mean, look, I think it was a big play. I think when you go into a game like this, knowing you have a backup quarterback in, and it doesn't really matter like how good you think he is. It's just you've never really gotten a chance to see him perform in these type of situations. I do think with the game being a 3-point game and you being where you were on the field and just trying to minimize damage and getting, because let's be honest, like if we really thought we were going to see Georgia win that game, we probably all thought their defense is going to have to come out and dominate. I think that's fair to say. So with that being the case, when you're backed up into your own territory and you got a chance to, yeah, I get it. If we push this ball down the field, we could possibly score, tie it up, and or go ahead going into halftime. But if you think you're bigger, if you think you're more physical, and if you know your defense is who needs to win you this ball game, you probably should have been trying to minimize damage a little bit before halftime as opposed to trying to push it the way you did. You tried to push it, you turned it over, they scored, then they double you up right there on the first play. The second half, ball game was pretty much over at that point. If you go into the half and you're only down by 3, ball game's not over because it's still a 10-point game. So I think like that decision, it just swung the game in a big way because now you started to ask your defense to go out there and play super aggressive, almost like offensive defense where they felt like they had to make the play. And when you have a defense that feels like they have to make the play, that's how you get people to start missing assignments. That's how you get people to start trying to do too much. And I thought he put them in that situation by making that decision right before the half.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where I think a little bit of where Kirby or Georgia beat themselves and they get fooled. And this is the same Kirby Smart that was the master of the special teams whenever he snuffed out the fake and called the timeout last year against Ohio State. This year, Marcus Freeman runs this little
that was great.
With a trick play with his little assistant that he has.
And they weren't going to run a play. That was strictly to get them to jump off sides, and it worked.
And then Kirby doesn't know the rule, apparently. If you don't touch the ball, you can sub out all 11. And he thought that the SEC told him that you can't sub 11 at a time. But kudos to the official that actually like right in there and stopped and allowed Georgia to substitute and was like almost gave him too much time.
Yeah.
They like turned around and made sure everybody was like in their proper spot. And they still jump. And the wide receiver for Notre Dame jumped too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, nobody saw that.
I didn't see it.
I think Georgia got the hose.
So, here's what I want to say about that. Do I think Georgia blew it? I think Georgia gave opportunities to Notre Dame, but I think Notre Dame took advantage of those opportunities, right? So
all 90 yards
you know,
of them.
You have no passing yards. They had 90 yards passing, but the 17 points in the 53 seconds or whatever it was obviously the football game, right? It was 6-3. You had Georgia had an opportunity to score a touchdown when they kicked the field goal. That's when Parker Jones got in the way and they moved that. They had the big play down the sideline.
He's out of bounds.
He is out of bounds. That's a great picture. That's an indictment of the referee right there.
Retroactively take back the 15 yards.
And then let's just replay the game.
Yeah.
You know, but they don't end up not scoring a touchdown. They kick a field goal to tie the game 3-3. Notre Dame ends up kicking another field goal to make it 6-3. And so at that point, there's 30-something seconds left in the half. And look, I'll say this. The quarterback for Georgia made some big throws, make some deep throws down the sidelines, over the middle of the field. His receivers didn't give him a lot of help. They had a couple drops. The Bell kid, wide receiver, that was a colossal drop. Potentially a touchdown. And not even a hard catch. And that just clanked off his hands. But my point in saying this is after that you try to push the ball maybe to get some points, knowing damn well your left tackle has been getting dominated all game all game. Like not even close. Not even touching the guy. The whole letting him go back and then damn. Twice. Hey bro, don't fucking give me the clap thing. Just don't even do anything. Don't say anything. Don't say my bad. Like, just don't even look at me. Don't even breathe on it.
And don't come and pick me up either.
No.
I know whose fault it was. It's you.
Bro, and so that happens. You get the strip sack, and then Notre Dame takes advantage of that, scores a touchdown right away, right before halftime, and then takes the opening kickoff to the house. I think Notre Dame won it, but I think Georgia gave them too many opportunities, and Notre Dame took advantage of those opportunities. The fumble down when they're trying to drive again, like they had a bunch of things, but at the same time they fumbled because Notre Dame shot the gap and he got there and he hit him right in the backfield. So, I think a lot of those mistakes were caused because of the way Notre Dame was playing. So I think Notre Dame won.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Like I talk about those situations because that situation or situational football in that sense was very critical. But make no mistake about it, that left tackle for Georgia got beat upside the head all goddamn night. He got waxed, right? He got beat. The O-line got beat. Don't forget, it was 6 minutes and some change, and Notre Dame was already going into that 4-minute offense and literally just running the ball right down their throat, And I'm pretty sure I don't think Georgia got the ball back at the end of the game. So Notre Dame beat them with the opportunities that was given to them, and I think that Georgia put themselves in spots that made it very tough for them to get out of, and they indeed did not even really come that close to getting out of. You got beat by 2 touchdowns, by 2 scores.
Yeah, no, and I agree. And listen,
if they play again, or if they play 10 times, what do you think the outcome would be in those 10 games? Who do you think wins the series?
Notre Dame wins 6-4.
I think Georgia wins like 7-3 going away.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't.
Jared?
I don't know, man.
Actually, I don't know.
But I'm only saying this because of the quarterback situation. Like if you're like in my mind that muddies it because like this was his first ever start.
Mm-hmm.
If you get to 5 of them, he's got 6 starts on. If you get to 8 of them, he's got 9 starts under him. Like it becomes a little different for me. It's not like we're looking at 2 seasoned vets that was kind of going at it like. That was his first time. That for me, if they played another 10 times straight, or if they played 10, like that's I don't know. It makes it kind of hard to answer it that way. I think, however you want to look at it, I thought Georgia would be the better team. I expected to see that kind of performance, at least defensively, for sure, that they gave Texas at Texas in this kind of game. That didn't really happen. Like they didn't really assert themselves like that throughout the second half of the game. And the special teams blunder and the touchdown right before the half, those ended up being the two backbreakers for them.
Well, and I'm looking at the stats, right? Like Gunnar Stockton didn't play terrible. Now maybe he left the pocket a couple times too early and did some certain things. He was 20 of 32 for 234 and a touchdown. No interception. He had probably 75 yards of passing yards dropped.
Yeah.
I mean, Dylan Bell catches that ball. Chance he scores on that. Like there is a chance that he scores on that. He had the deep ball to Arian Smith down the right sideline. Like he made some big throws. He made some good throws. I think the biggest issue was Georgia only had 62 yards rushing on 29 carries. Like they could not run the football. And honestly,
some people just know they can say
whoa. Yeah, good free ads.
Yeah.
And honestly, Notre Dame didn't run the football well, other than Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard had 14 carries for 80 yards, right? So he was majority of the offense rushing wise. Jadarian Price, who's the number 2, had 37 yards rushing. Jeremiah Love, obviously not 100%, only had 6 carries for 19 yards. I mean, I think, to me, the indictment to Georgia was they weren't able to run the ball, and I think that goes back to Notre Dame being out physicaling Georgia. Like their defensive front was more physical than Georgia's offensive line.
What do you think, considering the physicality of it all? I don't even know what Notre Dame's plan is.
Gunnar Stockton did fumble once. I forgot.
Yeah, but that wasn't his fault.
Right.
With Riley Leonard, who essentially is playing Wildcat quarterback, and Penn State and their offense, what do you think the over-under is for this football game?
I did not look at it.
49.5.
I was going to say 48.5.
It's 47. So very close.
Wow.
Both of them. Pretty much all over it.
47. I definitely hammered the Penn State under. I mean, the Notre Dame Georgia under.
Me too.
And we hit it.
I think I'm going to do it again. Penn State still doesn't feel like they've been truly tested.
No, but I'm leaning towards Penn State in this game, honestly.
Oh, definitely. I think this Notre Dame run is over.
I think that Penn State.
You can't win throwing for 90 yards.
Penn State's defense is good enough to stay with obviously Notre Dame's defense. I think their defenses are pretty comparable.
If they have Abdul Carter back.
Yeah,
if
but
he's back in
I
this
think
game.
he's supposed to play, right?
That's an if. We don't know.
Yeah. He's got.
Rule of thumb for me is if you didn't finish the last one, it's hard for me to say for sure you're in the next one. So
yeah, but you got a lot of time. You got more than a week. More than a week in between these games. So, yeah, if he comes back, obviously the defense. But I think Penn State's offense is better than Notre Dame's offense. And I know you're not a huge fan of Drew Aller. Is it Aller?
Yeah.
We kept saying Allar, but it's Aller.
Yeah, no, he can't even spell his own name right. Or
Yeah,
pronounce it right.
so Drew Aller, but I think he's more talented than Riley Leonard. I think he's a better quarterback than Riley Leonard. I think he can make the throws. I think the tight end for Penn State is going to be the difference. I don't know if anybody can be able to cover him from Notre Dame.
Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren. He's the guy. And he's going to take some Wildcat snaps. He's going to do a million different things. So, yeah. I mean, I think I like Penn State in that game.
Yeah, Notre Dame put up 213 yards of offense.
Yeah. They had a special teams touchdown. They had
not enough.
The only touchdowns they scored were special teams and because you had a strip sack inside the 20-yard line.
Mm-hmm. They scored on the next play.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was the only 2 touchdowns they had. They had 3 field goals.
Ugh. Like, that's got to get that shit off my TV.
Yeah, it's tough.
Penn State, though.
Who do you like? Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Penn State, as much maligned as I think they are, the offensive coordinator's kind of figured out Aller a little bit. Like, they hired him for this year, and they hired him for kind of this to kind of give Penn State a little boost of offense.
Let me ask you, don't y'all find it kind of ironic that the first year that we opened this thing up to like a 12-game sample, seems like the first time we're starting to talk about teams like Penn State getting to this game and possibly if you win this game, you get to the Natty title game. And if they get to that game, I think there's still going to be a good number of people sitting here saying, Penn State's in the national title game and they ain't played no damn body this year. Isn't it crazy that this seems like the first time we're really starting to say that about teams and about people and their schedule and where they are to get to a national championship game, but it's the first time we actually have a playoff system?
Yeah. I mean.
Well, I think it's because Penn State got such an easy road in the playoff that's why people are.
Oregon got screwed.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's where the entire conversation kind of.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's 100%. Like Penn State's road's been pretty easy. Like they haven't really had anybody to play. Even Notre Dame, if you go back and look at who they played, I think their best ranked ball club that they played before might have been like Louisville. Like. Okay, so that's the national. That's who's got. How did they get to the national title game? And don't get me wrong, like they just beat Georgia, but I'm just talking about like before this. Like this is the first time like we have a playoff, and we're still looking at it like.
You didn't play
who
nobody.
the hell did they play?
Yeah. Right.
Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, it's nuts. And obviously, they go and they win. They beat the teams that they play. Obviously, it's going to validate them. Oh, they beat all these good teams to get to the national championship game. So that conversation at the end of it's like, okay, they didn't play anybody in the regular season. They've proved that they were actually good enough because they beat all these good teams in the postseason.
Oregon should have lost the whatever. What are they? Big 12 championship? Big 10? What
Big
are they
10.
in? Big 10. They should have lost the Big 10 championship game. They would have had to Penn State.
To Penn State.
They would have had an easier road.
Oh, you're saying they not that they actually should have lost, but like
they should have
thrown the
Well, we
game.
didn't know what the road was at that. We didn't know what the road was at that point either, though. If you think about it.
Yeah, but I think you had a kind of. I think the idea of the bye was like the one thing that was kind of forced into like that. Oh, that's the big advantage that Oregon has. And it looks like all the teams that had a bye lost.
Right.
But they were also teams that were seeded and the way that they were because they won their conference championship. And it turns out none of them were very good, except for Georgia.
And I think
they shit down their leg.
I think the case that's the hey, we're gonna do away with the byes, right? Like can't do bye weeks. Like nobody gets a bye, or like the conference champions. Like just because you're a conference champion doesn't mean you get a bye. I just think that should be gone. I think this year proved that okay, that's not going to work. But it's the first year they did it. They're going to have some kinks in there, and you're going to figure it out. The second game of the semifinals is Texas.
Wait, so you want the byes to be gone?
Well, not. I mean, I don't think it's a guarantee. You should get a guaranteed bye if you're the conference champion. Like, I don't think Boise State should have had a bye. I don't think Arizona State should have had a bye. You know what I mean? Like, I think those are. It should be more along the lines of, okay,
we don't have to have two.
Who's the worst team? Who's the best team? Okay, 16-1 play each other. Or like, not obviously after the buys, but like that's how it should be.
Yeah.
There's no reason for Oregon their first game having to play Ohio State. Like they're just that shouldn't happen.
I'm only asking because you did say, I don't know if you mixed it up or not, you did say something about the buys, and then you did say conference championship conference champion getting the bye. And I'm like, wait, which one is it? Because I'm with you on that. I don't think just because you win your conference championship, you should be getting the bye. But I 100% think the bye, like that's going to even itself out. It ain't going to be every year that the teams with the bye, all those teams are going to end up losing and they're not going to have any wins. And that's not going to continue to be a thing. It's never been a thing. Even you look at across sports. I don't think that'll be a thing continuing going forward, but we can't just be putting teams into the auto buy situation just because you won your conference championship. Right. There needs to be hey, you have an auto bid, but now we'll figure out, we'll let you know where you are, where you selected at in this thing.
No doubt. And so I think they're gonna make those changes. It's the first year. It was a weird year. Like first year, it just so happened to be the year that has the most parity that we've seen in college football, and I don't even know how long. And so it kind of all worked. It happened at the same time, right? First year of the playoffs, crazy year.
It's crazy too because, they put all this stuff together, and there's just it always plays out that there is the unforeseen ends up happening that you could have never thought would be what goes on here, and that's the one where you're like, oh, we thought we had the perfect system. Damn, they got us again already.
Yeah. All right, Texas, Ohio State. To me, that's the more exciting game.
What's the spread again?
Ohio State is favored by 6.
Would you have thought that 2 weeks ago?
No, I think I'm going to take that line right now because I think it's going to go down.
So you want to take Texas?
+6.
Yeah. Because if you would have asked me after the Michigan game if Ohio State would be favored by 6 over Texas, I'd been like, what happened? What changed?
Yeah. Hey, Quinn Ewers revenge game.
They got a new quarterback?
Quinn Ewers revenge game.
It is, I guess.
I know.
Or
Ohio
State? Is he mad at Ohio State?
No, I don't think so.
I think they gave him a great opportunity.
Hey, you're
and he might be going back
the
there.
face of NIL.
He might be going back.
Maybe. For a lot more money.
It might be.
Listen, I know Ohio State's playing really good football. Like, I know they are. And they just beat the doors off of Tennessee. And they just beat the doors off of Oregon.
It's pretty impressive.
Like, not even close. Like, utter dominance. But I feel like Texas is better than what they've shown. Right? I think they showed flashes of it last game, and then they just kind of took their foot off the gas.
I think Quinn Ewers is more banged up than he's leading on because he doesn't want to give Arch a single inch of any of this.
And he shouldn't.
No, right.
And look, whenever it mattered, he made one bad throw, and it was the ball over the middle of the field. He underthrew it a little bit, and the cornerback undercut it, or safety undercut, intercepted it, whatever it is. But then he came back and made an absolute ballsy nails throw, 4th and 13 touchdown to win the game. And then he did it in overtime. I think he's really good.
I do too. I just don't think that. I think the stories are true that have come out. Like they don't even want him back if he wanted to come back.
Right.
Like they're ready to get this Arch clock ticking. But I
think that means to me, in my opinion, I think that means more so that hey, win, lose, or draw, shit or get off the pot. Like this is your year. Mm-hmm. We're gonna mix him in when we really feel need.
Yeah.
Are you going to get it done or are you not? Like, I think he understands that at this point. So I do think he's pushing himself to play maybe through more stuff, but I don't really think it's because of the Arch Manning situation. I think he understands, this is my year. I'm going to get it this year. And it doesn't matter if I get it done or not. I think that's what he thinks right now. That's just me, though. I don't know what it is. Thumbs up, though. Yeah,
How'd that happen?
It's when you have a really good take.
I don't know.
Good take.
Yeah,
hey,
I don't know.
The computer agreed with you.
Yeah, that's AI.
But Quinn Ewers, it's all speculation, though, right? Quinn Ewers has not said he's coming back.
Yeah.
right?
It's purely speculation.
I bet you. I'm willing to bet he ends up going into the draft. I do.
It would be him.
He would be a first rounder.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, because everybody else is coming back.
That's my point.
Yeah,
He'll be a first rounder. It'd be him.
Yeah.
It would be him.
Shador, Cam Ward, and now Jalen Milroe.
And Milroe's out there, which I think he's over Milroe.
Yeah.
As a quarterback, right? I think that you're gonna have some when it goes through like the combines, you're gonna have somebody in the NFL fall in love with Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're going to have somebody that's going to have him rated higher than Ward, maybe someone rated higher than Shador. It all depends on.
No, he'll be in the fortuitous situation of not having the competition of the next year.
Right.
Where it seems that now it's becoming an even more loaded class.
Yeah.
Like that's the same argument we had for Garrett Nussmeier. If he went to the draft, I guarantee you somebody would take him in the first round.
Yep, but
like,
I think
Quinn will probably go earlier because of what
he's winning. He's potentially winning a national championship. He's been, and
because of the experience too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
he's been in college a long time.
I would not be shocked if he said, I know there's a lot of rumors of him coming back to school. I wouldn't be shocked if he said, I'm going to the draft.
But it's just so bizarre to me that if Quinn Ewers, the kid, for a product of Texas, from Texas, leading Texas to potentially a national championship, and it's not getting any love. And it's all. I think that's predicated off of the Arch Manning. Like if Arch Manning's not there, Quinn Ewers would be all over your television.
Yeah, he's Colt McCoy.
Exactly. Vince Young.
Yeah.
Like Texas quarterback leads you to a national championship.
Texas is back.
Yes.
They haven't done anything since Vince Young.
And instead, it's like maybe he can play.
They did Colt McCoy. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh God! Remember he got hurt?
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
That game was going to be awesome.
Yeah, it was going to be awesome. But yeah, I think he ends up going.
Who came in after? There's another 5-star. That came in and balled out in the national.
Was it Sims? Was it Sims?
No, it was. I'll think of it in a second, or I'll Google it. But there was another kid that they kind of wanted. They were excited for him too to play, and then he just.
I feel like it was the Sims kid. I could be wrong though. I feel like it was him though.
Garrett Gilbert.
That's it.
Yep.
Gilbert.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Because they had to go against the vaunted Alabama defense, and he kind of played well, and everybody's like, "Watch out for this kid for the next 3 years," and nothing happened.
And nothing happened. That's when every year Texas was back until they weren't.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so Quinn. I mean, I think Quinn Ewers ends up going to the draft. But plus, I mean, they are favored, or they are 6-point dogs to Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith. I mean, he's an absolute freak show, and Will Howard is getting him the ball, and he's slinging that thing. And Will Howard he's a big quarterback, and he's doing some good stuff. I just don't have a lot of confidence in Will Howard if Texas is able to get pressure on him, or if Texas is able to even slow down Jeremiah Smith.
What they've done well. Go ahead.
I think when you look at Ohio State, man, it's like the absolute skyscraper ceiling that they've been playing on these last couple games. It's like, if y'all had that in it all year, where has that been all year? And it makes you feel like, all right, they bottled it up and did it 2 games in a row, but can they really do that for 3 in a row? Like, do they have that? Because I feel like if you had that, you don't really fall off from it as far as they kind of did at points during the year. So I expect Texas to at worst cover in this ball game. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But if we get the Ohio State we've seen in the last 2 games, I'm expecting Ohio State to be in the national championship game.
Yeah, listen,
win it.
I think part of that is they've run the shit out of it, and then you're able to get back there and kind of feel pretty comfortable in the pocket, and then let this thing eat and let plays develop down the field.
Well, and what they've done is they've gotten it to Jeremiah Smith multiple ways. As
Exactly.
opposed to just having him as a route runner, where there's games, if you look through there, he had 3 catches against Michigan for 15 yards. Like, you're only going to throw that cat the ball 3 times, or you're going to throw it to him so little that he only has 3 catches, and then you see what happens whenever they fixed that shit immediately, and then they went in whenever they played against Tennessee. He had he had 11 catches. And then you saw what he did against Oregon, where he has 9 catches. We need to get this cat the football. And ever since they did that, they want to take him in the first round, the first pick of the draft this year.
this year. I know.
Nobody was talking about Jeremiah Smith at all this year, and then he comes on the scene of the play. I was like, he's the first round pick right now.
Yeah, he's a freak.
He is
Well,
a freak.
everybody was time out. Everybody was talking about him, and everybody said what kind of a freak he was. But it wasn't until they started moving him around and putting him in different positions and being able to isolate him as much as they have, where everybody's like, no way. Not only is he the best athlete on the field, wait, he's the best receiver too. Like this just changed. He's a little more polished than we thought he was. It looked like he was just like an absolute athlete and a young receiver coming up. No, he is a dude right now, and it's completely turned at this point.
Yeah, that's been the secret. Like Chip Kelly, I don't know if there was a play calling dynamic between Ryan Day and Chip Kelly, and then one of them took the keys to the kingdom. But the offense looks totally different than it did after, or at least what it looked like against Michigan. And I know Ryan Day wasn't he the offensive coordinator for Urban Meyer? So I'm sure he had some play calling responsibilities, but this looks more like a Chip Kelly offense than a Ryan Day offense, at least right now.
Yeah, no, they look good. And look, Chip Kelly, every single one of Chip Kelly's offenses focused on running the football, and we're very successful running the football. And is it Trayvon Henderson and you got Judkins, right? And both those guys have been run. I mean, Henderson had what, 150 yards rushing.
Yeah, he popped a huge one.
He had a big long one. They had two big long ones.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be the best back in the country coming back. Like he was supposed to go to they paid him a lot of money to come back to school, and you kind of haven't seen him as often. And then it was like they kind of didn't have the dynamic figured out between him and Judkins, and they weren't running it well because the offensive line got hurt. And then Chip Kelly got creative and figured out a way to kind of hide their offensive line. But that offensive line is not going to be able to hide against Texas. No. Did you see what they like that first half against Arizona State? It was like, why were we playing the game?
Listen, Texas has
it was wild.
Texas's front four is really good.
Yeah,
really good.
Why do you think you can get a 6'4", 330-pound kid out the portal?
6'6".
Yeah, he's like I can't even get on the field here.
Yeah, I mean Colin Simmons is a freak. He's unbelievable freshman.
He was playing in high school like a year ago.
Yeah, this time a year ago he maybe had just enrolled in Texas or about to be enrolled in Texas.
Well, let's say this time a year ago he wasn't even playing football because he was chilling because there was no football played at that age.
Chilling. Under Armour All-American game.
Yeah, making
his that's one game that don't count.
He's
that's
making his decision.
Ball.
We're getting his decision on TV right now.
I'm just saying we didn't even know if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to hear it. Like I didn't even know that Under Armour game really happened yesterday.
I didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Under Armour game, LSU landed a commitment.
Freak show.
Commitment. Talking about freak shows. 6'6.5", 245-pound edge rusher from Tupelo High in Mississippi.
Jarraylen McCoy.
4-star.
250, 4-star.
Yep.
Was apparently this is they thought this was a one-time Ole Miss very much committed. Like that's where he was going to choose to go, and it was a little bit of a surprise that he picked LSU. So good for LSU to be able to go into Mississippi, where it's hard to get guys.
We've learned about this.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the beginning. This doesn't mean anything. You better start saving money, make some good investments, allow that money to continue to grow.
Right, yeah.
You know, because listen to me, this is January 3rd of 2025. By December 3rd of 2025, things could be a lot different. It's great to have them right now.
Right.
But we've learned our lesson.
We have.
On locking
you know how many times I've learned this lesson and I keep not learning it?
Yeah.
At least 10.
It's part of it.
It is.
You know, it's going to be even more so part of it from here on out.
I keep touching this stove.
In other LSU news, Whit Weeks underwent successful surgery on his ankle. He dislocated it, but he did break his fibula as well. Clean break, no ligament damage, which is huge. Had it repaired and is going to supposed to make a full recovery. So that is good news for the Tigers.
We'll have all three Weeks brothers.
All three of them.
His brother came in, and he was playing a little bit, but after
Wes played good.
Tied for the team leading tackles. He played basically a half.
Yeah, Wes played good. You're gonna have more linebacker depth at LSU next year than you've had in a really long time, and talented guys. You're gonna have a good depth of a good group of experienced guys, and then a extremely talented group of freshmen that are coming in. And you're gonna have a sophomore Devon Keys who's gonna have a lot. it's a good spot for LSU to be in. In their linebacker room.
I didn't know that West was 6'3", 240.
No, is he really 6'3"?
That's what I would say, because that's what Greg Penn is, and I don't think they look exactly the same. I think Greg Penn's 6'2".
So, just listen.
But, I mean, I didn't know that he had that, even if that's not correct. I didn't know he was that size, so I think that's because I was not worried. I was just interested to see who they put at middle linebacker next year, and it feels like, I mean, he's big enough to play the position. He's been on the team long enough to know the plays, and then you also saw Devon Keys. Like, that linebacker room is stout.
Well, that's what...
I don't know if you noticed this, but the guy that was running next to Xavier Thomas whenever he ran a 90-yard kickback was another linebacker, Tyler Singleton, that was motoring. So he can probably cover some ground for you, too.
Yeah, Devon Keys is 6 foot 230. So he's not...
He's a playmaker.
He's not the big bruiser, but, big enough to...
I've seen him do it already.
Be a good linebacker at LSU.
Perk.
Huh?
And you get Perk.
And you get Perk back. Forget about that.
Not me.
Forget about that.
And you get John Emery back.
You get John Emery back.
He's working out again today.
That's it.
Oh, he also has a French Bulldog for sale. If y'all are interested.
How do you know that? You follow him?
Yeah, Instagram.
Okay. That's good.
Lloyd's interested, that's why.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, for God, me with a dog would be a disaster.
What y'all got in the NFL this weekend? You think the Bengals make it in there?
I mean, it's the last week, man. Like it's probably like obviously there's some good games on Saturday. The AFC North games is on. Obviously, Pittsburgh's got something to play for, so I kind of want to see that game, right? Pittsburgh and the Bengals in that game. The Sunday night game, without a doubt, but the rest of it is a very shaky slate at best, if you want to call it that. They got a lot of people sitting out, a lot of people injured. They got some people playing. I say this: if there's anything to watch for people trying to get these incentives, because there's a lot of dollars on the line in that last week. That's one thing.
That's what I was going to say. That there's going to be a lot of guys playing because of personal goals, right, to get. And there's also going to be a lot of teams that affect their draft positions one way or the other, right? Like, the Patriots have 3 wins, but they're playing the Bills. Well, the Bills aren't playing Josh Allen, their starters, and so if the Patriots win that game and they move, you know what I mean?
They would go from the first pick to the 6th pick.
Right.
Like, you don't think they're
trying they want the first pick for a couple of reasons. One, because they probably aren't going to use it, and they'll trade it, right? Because they already have their quarterback. Drake May's been great. So if they have the first pick, now all of a sudden all these teams that are desperate for their quarterback because it's not a not heavy quarterback class, they're going to spend a lot more money to go get that first pick.
King's ransom.
No doubt. And that's what they
you
want.
have to almost – I know y'all continue to tell me that people don't tank and they don't do this, but you have to have a conversation about –
No. People don't tank. But I can promise you right now, every single body in that front office is having this conversation. The players aren't having this conversation.
Yeah.
Like it just don't happen that way. Because you got to remember, dog. Like, all right, what am I going to do? Am I going to make this bad punt right here to make sure we don't get good field position? Well, that punt's going on film. That could be my ass with a job next year too. Am I going to miss this block because I could be part of the problem on my way out, as opposed to part of the solution and staying here? So like the players aren't having this conversation, but 1,000% is going on upstairs, without a doubt.
Can you like coach to lose it almost? Like just run the ball every play and.
The NFL, you get fined a significant amount of money once they determine, damn, this team is not even trying to win.
Like, they shouldn't play Drake May.
Unless there's some incentives for him to get.
He's a rookie.
Yeah, I guess you don't. Right, you don't have incentive contracts in that.
Because, I mean, you could spend that to be like, we're trying to protect him for the future, his health. I think he's the most hit quarterback in the league.
He's been good, though.
Yeah.
On a bad team.
He's already had 2 concussions.
Hey, Kayshon Bouttie's been playing well, too. He's been getting some more.
Talk about incentives.
I think you play Drake May because I think you play him and you sit here and you show people. Because look, don't get me wrong. Even if you have a Will Anderson, C.J. Stroud type of draft, and you go 2 and 3, and you're able to get 2 rookies that are that impactful. Don't forget what else they were able to do with the other picks that they got on that team. Don't forget what they're able to do in free agency once you show people we have a quarterback. So, like, maybe you throw him out there, he's able to play well again, and you keep proving that point. We've got one here. So come on over here and be a part of this around it. It's another opportunity for somebody like Drake May to kind of go out there and show that, this is a good spot for you to land. So come on over here and come play here as well.
I'm trying to find the my computer died.
Oh,
yeah.
Would that be a fault of the computer or maybe the owner?
The user of the computer,
the user
100%.
error? Yeah.
When I left the house,
Definitely user error. Yeah.
whenever I left the house, I looked at it too, and it said it felt like I had like 28%, and I was like, oh, that's plenty.
What?
It felt like you had 28%.
Had
or you
28%?
said
No, I had
28%.
28%, but it felt like that was plenty.
That's not.
Oh, okay.
That's not even close.
For an hour show, I felt like it was plenty.
If you were going to sit on a bus for an hour and your phone was at 28%, you knew you were going to be on a bus for 2 hours.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But the computer battery is better than the phone battery.
You would put the phone down, is what you would do.
Yeah, right.
No, you go get your ass. You go back in the car and get your charger.
Yeah, well, that was my mistake.
It's all right.
I'm sorry. But look, the beauty is you got another computer on your phone.
Yeah.
But
I'm starting to get tired of the iPhone.
Do you know the draft order?
Do you know that
Okay.
Siri's spying on you if you haven't? If you haven't.
Oh, if you haven't turned, that's why they know where. That's why all this stuff keeps popping up on your Instagram. But I don't know how to turn it off.
I
know,
did.
You can show me how to do it.
Yeah, I turned it. Like I'd never used it, and I was like, surely this isn't on.
You never use Siri? I use Siri whenever I have CarPlay.
How?
I don't use Siri at all.
So like if I want to make a phone call without having to
you
press
say,
something, you have
"Hey,
to say hey
Siri?"
Siri, and you have to call it because it's connected to my CarPlay on my car.
Okay. Well, if you want,
If you just want to turn Siri off,
if you want to become a psyop for the government and go try and blow up Trump Towers, keep Siri on.
well, I don't want to do that.
And I'd turn it off then.
So that makes me want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Think that makes sense.
There's some weird stuff going on.
Yeah. LSU basketball. SEC opener this weekend.
Trey Green makes an announcement, I believe, after the weekend on if he will join the team or not.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was still a thing. I
Yeah.
thought he was. I would have to imagine he's not gonna join the team.
He really likes basketball.
I'm gonna say if there's an announcement to be made, I'm gonna guess it's probably leaning towards the not. But
I think
see.
that bowl game and what he did in the bowl game, he said, "Hey, bud, we're not just saying this to keep you here. We're saying this and we mean it. You scored 2 touchdowns. That's 1 month of bowl preparation. Think about what happens in 6 months of preparation for the season. How much better are you going to be then as a starting tight end?
And I would counter. Look at all those. Look at the NBA contracts. I could be the 7th man.
He's not. I would have. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen him play basketball. I know he's. But is he? He's 6'7", but is he a forward and center, or is he a guard?
He can shoot it.
Is he a forward or is he a center?
He's a rim runner.
Okay, so my point is, those at 6'7", he ain't going to the NBA.
I'm just saying.
He's be a good college player, no doubt.
A lot of money out there.
And maybe Brian Kelly wants him to play. Maybe they're okay with him because it's the athleticism. And look, this is the downtime, right, of football.
Yeah, but I'm sure.
But they want him to work out. They want to put some weight on. There's a lot of things they need to do. Jared's the only 2-sport
There's
athlete.
a lot of technique stuff they would love. Yeah, there's a lot of technique stuff they would love to see him learn and stuff like that. Like I can tell you from literally like experience, man. Like you put the football down and you're chasing the basketball around on the hardwood. I don't care who you are. There's a little bit of stuff that you're kind of missing while everyone's leveling up and getting a little better at the skill and the fine tune of it. You're over here doing something completely different. So now when you come back, they've already still been doing that. You haven't been doing any of it. You are going to be a little bit behind. You are going to have some catch up time. You are going to be able to miss maybe a little bit of what you gained in this month of him doing the bowl practice. So I do think, like there's some things that he could be doing, some learning, all of that stuff can be done right now in preparation for him to get ready to be even that much better next year, to where he's not basically catching up to where he was at the end of the season this year.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll find out after this weekend.
I mean, he's gonna make the announcement. Like, is it like a press conference, or is it just gonna like?
Well, I think that it's been because it hasn't been completely shut down. I don't think it's gonna be a press call. I don't think he's
making an announcement.
I think Matt McMahon will probably make the announcement, or
after the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Or before that.
I would think they'll probably ask him after.
Yeah,
like he's gonna get asked the question.
Yeah,
because they have a jersey where he's 14 on the basketball team too. He's on the roster.
Yeah,
But the simple fact that there's an announcement being made makes you feel like
he's not playing.
It just may not be your thing.
Yeah, right. Are you gonna go to the basketball game, Lloyd?
No, A-Town bound.
Oh, you're going to A-Town this weekend.
Gotta go pick up the
missus,
the cat,
and the missus.
I'm not picking her up.
Oh, she's not coming back with you?
No, I
She's
just
not
stay
gonna hang out with
there.
you? Oh, you can stay with her. Stay
Yeah.
with the missus.
Yes,
And pick the cat up.
and then I'll bring the cat back.
Yeah, and then you get to keep the cat forever? Or do
well-
you all go back and forth with the
Yeah,
cat?
it's like a it does feel like a bit like a divorce situation.
Yeah, but y'all aren't divorced.
I know. But the cat there's another cat there, so they play. And
Oh,
I think
do they
she
like each
likes
other?
it. I think she likes it more there.
Okay.
So I feel like I would
So you're doing the cat
a
you're doing-
disservice
by
by
bringing the cat back to you, being
Yeah.
selfish. So you're doing what's best for the cat by keeping it there, but you're not keeping it there.
yeah. So she gets like
What's her name?
Weekend off, Tunchi.
Tunchi. That's
So
right.
she gets to have a couple, a month, or whatever. What is it? What do they do? 1 week on, 1 week off with kids.
Yeah.
She gets to see her sister like 3 times a month.
Okay.
Good for her.
That's fun. That's good. That's a
Terrified
nice-
she's
nice-
gonna come back and be like, I hate it here. And
Nice
start
little compromise.
acting bad, or then I have to get another cat.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, no, to make the cat happy.
Ah. So then she has sisters and brothers both sides.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
Or I could just get this French bulldog from John Emery, and now I'm friends with John Emery, and now I get a friend.
Well, there you go. You
It
want
could-
the French bulldog?
No.
How
But
much?
didn't you just say you with the dog would be just awful? Didn't you say that?
Yeah, but me and John Emery would be boys, so it's worth it.
Oh boy.
And you could teach me how to
Oh,
raise
boy.
a dog.
Okay, let's get to the
Oh,
next topic.
And then I get to the NFL, and I'm his agent.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works.
Be like
I'd be happy for you if that
Tiger
was the
Woods
case.
and his daddy.
I just don't think that was the. I don't think that's the move. There.
We'll see. It's a fluid situation.
We'll see. These next few weeks, obviously LSU baseball is right around the corner. I think there's like 39 or 38 days. Actually, I know. It's 39 days because let me tell you how I know this.
Jerseys?
Nope. Because
February 14th.
I went to Whole Foods yesterday, and I got a little sandwich, and there's a guy that works back there, unbelievably big LSU baseball fan. Like, I can be walking in from the store, he can be on the other end of the store, and he'll yell at me and wave at me. How about those Tigers, huh?
Oh, I love that.
How about baseball? 40 days. That's what he said today. 40 days until the season. And I was like, all right. Like, so
My man is locked in.
Hey,
That's
he's
what's
locked
up.
in. He keeps me informed. And I was like, I love that. I was like, yeah, I can't wait. And so now I know 39 days until the season starts. First pitch banquet is in a couple weeks. That's kind of the unofficial start to the baseball season. And then should be an exciting team. But we're not going to get into all that right now. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there because there will be a lot more baseball conversation here in the near future.
Do you want to know how I knew it was close to baseball talking season?
Jerseys.
No. I did see a picture that was released. That was cool. But
What picture?
it was just a picture of the jerseys with like the little Louisiana on the side. I
Oh,
don't think
yeah,
they always do some sort of tinker
Yeah.
because I think it was on the back of the jersey. Now it's
Yep.
on the shoulder. So little change. But
You saw they didn't post Gavin Guidry's number. You saw
Yes.
that, everyone else? I think they're probably going to have a unveiling of that. I would
well, did you
imagine.
see where they already absolutely accidentally announced it?
Yeah, because they put it on the roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So we're gonna just not talk about it,
Yeah.
so he can have his moment,
Yeah, right.
Mikey.
You're right.
I mean,
That's a
you
good
would
point.
know. I'm
That's a
sure
good
you had a
point.
vote.
There's no vote on that. That is a
LSU decision.
yeah. You just happy with the decision, type of move.
I
What
mean-
were you about to say? You about to say something?
Oh, I know that it's 39 days away because Tiger Droppings has a 3-page thread on the LSU baseball positions where everybody's going to line up, what they think the roster should look like, what they think the lineup
Already?
should look like. Yeah, it's 3 pages, so
Wow.
it'll probably
We're
get.
heating up.
Yep,
Listen, we're gonna have.
they're already terrified about the.
And here's-
third-
You should start, Mikey. You should start spearheading. You should start spearheading like an annual eights dinner for the
yeah,
boys.
Oh, that would be
I feel like
good.
you should start doing that.
That's a good idea.
at least a group chat. Jesus.
That's a good idea.
That way they'll let you in on the actual decision making of who gets it. Like you should start doing that.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
dinner with the eights, and then you can sell tickets, and then the fans get
Wow.
involved, and now it's like a fundraiser.
And now the mic'd up hosted.
Yes.
Wow.
And
You're just
it-
missing opportunities right here, man.
No, no.
What are we doing here?
That's a good idea. That's
And
a
you
good
know,
idea.
you know what time you should do dinner?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
All right. Yeah, I can't do 8. I'm trying to do
8th month of the year.
On 8th Street.
On the 8th day
On
at
8th.
8 o'clock.
8/8/28.
And then if you can get 4 more 8s in there, Gord will sponsor it. And now it's 888-8888.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that. No, I think it's a great idea.
Like $1 billion idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Because I know football does have like
18 dinner, but I think the school puts it on.
No, they have. I just know they at least have a group chat where they make they're very influential on who the pick is.
Yeah, we don't have that.
This is kind of on you.
It's not on me.
You're the
this is on you.
Yeah, totally.
You set the precedent of just letting this thing slide right here, and you didn't really assert yourself right here. If you would have done that, it would be different. I'm just trying to tell you, it'd be different.
Okay, I'm gonna get on that.
Yeah, you're totally accountable for this thing. Just
I'm gonna get on that.
You can't tell me you even had an opinion about.
Bregman can pay for the dinner.
Yeah, and get his
You know?
salsa.
Yeah, we'll use Bregman salsa, Breggy salsa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Breggy bombs.
Breggy bombs. I don't know
Matthew
where he's
Beck,
gonna be.
Matthew Beck somewhere in Alexandria,
Yep, Mason Katz,
somewhere in New Orleans.
Jake Fraley in the big league still.
Yeah, that would be a fun one.
Cole Freeman would be part of it. He's out in Arizona. I think he's back in town now.
I think he's in New Orleans, maybe.
Who else was number 8s?
This is your thing.
Was Cabrera an 8?
Yep.
Yep.
Who was it last year?
Travinsky. Yep.
Yeah.
And we have an idea of who it is this year.
I think we know who it is this year.
But we could have already known if you had the dinner with the 8s.
You're right. You're right.
9 o'clock Eastern.
We used to have a dinner every year for the guys like on our team, and then we would add new players every year from like the last graduating team. We stopped that because everybody moved away, and
Yeah, you can't be too good. Because you're like, oh, well, I'm playing pro ball. I can't go to dinner.
well, no, it was always before everybody left for spring training because we're all still playing, and then everybody
What
stopped
gets in the
playing,
way?
got married, had
That's
kids.
about
It's
to
like,
say
damn,
that.
it's hard to do that now.
Family kind of ruins everything.
What?
Like,
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, Jared's in Houston now.
Oh my God.
Good thing
what?
going.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm 3 hours away, bro. I ain't that damn far.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, I think it's a good idea. First pitch banquet will be there.
Yes.
The show will be there for the third straight
I'm going
year.
to London at some point. I have to figure out
You're
that.
going to London?
Yeah. Lloyd's of London.
Wow.
Yeah.
When are you going?
I don't know. I forgot the date.
Is it in January?
I don't know. I hope not. That's this month.
You don't even know what month it's in?
Mm-mm.
How does that happen?
Because
That's a big trip. How long are y'all going for?
I don't know.
The family, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's my dad's birthday. I don't even think he picked it though. Like this is
Oh,
not.
you think your mom picked it?
Yeah, he doesn't want to go to fucking London.
London's
Neither
awesome.
do
I heard.
I.
I've never been.
Me either.
I heard London's great though.
I just don't know what am I going to do there.
Well,
Can I bring my club?
I've only flown into London. I've never actually gotten out of the airport and been around in the city.
Was it raining?
Couldn't tell you.
They say it rains all the time.
Yeah, it was. I think it was actually.
I'm gonna be.
I
flying
believe it
to
was.
London.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's. I've heard London's awesome. I've never been, but I've heard.
Jack
it's
the Ripper?
I've heard it's great. Nope.
Sherlock Holmes?
Sherlock Holmes is great.
That's all. That's it. Liverpool is the Beatles.
Yeah. Are y'all gonna like jump over to Paris? Or y'all just staying in London?
I have no clue. I don't even know what it is.
Okay.
I'm not
Fair
one
enough.
for out to see the City of Love.
Fair enough. I'm going to DC Mardi Gras, which is gonna be fun.
You're going to Cancun.
I'm going to Cancun on Sunday, which means there will be no show Monday and Wednesday, unless y'all would like to do one without me. But I think there's really not much sports happening from now until then. So Monday, Wednesday, we will not have a show. Friday, we'll be back live. I'll be back in town on Thursday. So Friday, we'll be back live in studio.
You think that it'll be easy to no travel trouble? I feel like it's been hard to travel lately.
I think it'll be easy. I think it'll be fine. I think we're leaving on good travel days, right? Like Sunday isn't a time where people usually leave. It's a time where people are usually coming in. And then we're coming back on Thursday, which is also a time where people are usually flying out and not coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like we are taking...
The dog?
No, we are... we are flying. It's the first time I've done this.
Spirit?
Yes.
Oh my God! Times
the-
are tough in the Mahtook household.
No, it was the only nonstop from New Orleans to Cancun. It was the only nonstop from New Orleans to Cancun.
You're gonna hate it. Spirit's built for people like me.
It's gonna be fun.
You've had
It's gonna be fun.
a charmed life.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Oof. Are you gonna go like this?
Well, I want you to document the entire
I'm gonna
process
go.
so you can
I'm
see how
literally
this thing
gonna
goes
go
for you, the
minimal.
reaction and everything.
I'm literally going to pay for my carry-on, and I'm going to refuse all snacks, just for sheer principle.
Oh.
You're not charging me 75 cents for a napkin. You're not charging me for peanuts. Here's my
Water.
Here's my money for the carry-on. I'm gonna put money in my. I'm gonna put water in my backpack, and you aren't gonna talk to me.
I did an entire. Where did I fly to? Vegas. I did Spirit to Las Vegas with only a book sack.
That's right. You had to pay for that though.
No, that's the one thing that you get. Like you get a one carry on.
Oh, I thought you had to pay for your carry-on.
It's everything.
I think you had to pay for carry-on.
Yeah, me too.
No, I'm pretty sure it's free.
Or
Lloyd don't even know what he paid for on this flight.
No, I just know I didn't pay for shit, and it was cheap as hell.
We're about to find out because I'm about to pay for I'm about to bring on a carry-on.
But the flight out of Vegas from it's a different Spirit airline. There's like two at Frontier.
Oh, the Spirit and Frontier combined.
Yeah.
Yes.
Frontier was nice.
Frontier's nice.
Yeah, it was a lot nice. Some of those Spirit planes you get on, it's a little.
That's what I said. Sometimes I've had mixed, a lot more bad than good, but I've had some good responses from people who have.
The ones that are bad are nightmares.
Yeah.
Like you might see a fight in the plane.
Yeah.
Allie's gonna love it. You think she's just bringing a
It's
carry
gonna
on?
be great.
I may vlog it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna vlog it. My first Spirit
charge you
airline.
for that, too.
My first Spirit. My Spirit.
Yeah,
experience.
go ahead and vlog this. We'll now know the moment that Mikie decided to never fly anything but first class again. We'll know what happens.
My first vlog of my life would be the first vlog. My first flight of Spirit.
Experience.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and that hangover for leaving Cancun. Getting
No.
on the
Hangovers
Spirit
be fine. I'm not. Listen. You're gonna be in the sun. You're drinking good tequila. It'll be good, right?
And yeah, you can't burn really.
No, I burned the first time, so I'm gonna have to. First day, I gotta apply multiple times. Make sure I get the nice little base tan, and then
Then the
I'm
jeans
good.
kick in.
Then I'm good.
Yep. That's what you got to do. Yep, you got to get the base.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because if not, I'll get cooked the first day, which will be fine. But I'll be, that's where the peeling comes into play. Down the line. I don't like that.
So, I'm surprised you burn.
On my shoulders the first time I'm out in the sun. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not like I'm not red. It's just
Darker.
Yeah.
Than other. Okay.
Yeah, and it turns. In about 24 hours, it turns into tan.
Crispy.
But then I get
A little.
the
It's just
peel.
a little sore.
A little peel.
Because Tyler doesn't burn at all.
Yeah, it's just the first time. After that, I'm good.
He because I play golf with him all the
But
time.
I'm gonna have two firsts this year because this will be a first time, and then I'm gonna have a gap. We're also leaving at the perfect time.
Yeah, apparently it's about to
This
get frigid.
there's Polar Express Vortex thing that's coming next week. We're gone during it. I think at the low there's a 29 is a low on one of the days.
So when you get off the plane,
I'm kind of interested in that vortex. I kind of need some of that in me.
Well, it's about to happen. You're gonna see it real soon.
Yeah, I know.
So
yeah,
you're gonna be.
I'll let
cool
you know
when you get off.
I'll
the
vlog
plane.
it. I'll vlog it for you.
Yeah, you
there
vlog
you
it. You vlog it. What were you saying?
Well, when you get off the plane,
Yeah.
because a Cancun trip.
Well, that's what I was thinking about. That was I was thinking about. So I'm gonna go there. It's gonna be kind of chilly leaving Baton Rouge or leaving Louisiana, leaving New Orleans on Sunday, but not super chilly. Not chilly enough to where I'm gonna have to worry about what I'm wearing there. But then when we come back, we're coming from 85 and sunny to 35 degrees and
whatever.
But I don't really want to pack.
You can't. Not in that Spirit
And
bag.
and I'm not. If I'm carrying on, I don't want any heavy stuff.
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it in my car. So but then you gotta walk outside anyway.
What I would do is
Yeah.
you have to be real sneaky about this, but put it near before you leave, put it somewhere to where you can find it again.
No, I'm not putting a jacket. I'm not hiding a
You're
jacket.
tripping.
I'm not hiding a jacket in the airport.
You wouldn't look conspicuous at all with
Yeah,
a
so
small
they're-
bag.
after what just happened in New Orleans, they're gonna look at this camera's look at this idiot hiding. So what is he hiding in the corner underneath the pot.
Yeah.
But you get yanked off that plane so quick.
Yeah, I would ruin it for everybody. That would not be good.
It's just because it's gonna be cold when I get back. Like, yeah, you're going to jail.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have. There's gonna be a gap where I'm gonna have.
You just have to be uncomfortable.
I'll be uncomfortable. And
Or
that's okay.
You can do my idea.
I can manage that. I'm looking forward to it though. It'll be nice, a little vacay for my in-laws, my family, my wife's family. All right. Do we have any curtain calls or
Brother?
Huh?
Or is it like their
whole
whole
family.
clan?
The whole clan.
It's like a white
Girlfriends too.
A White Lotus experience.
Whoa! I've never seen White Lotus.
It's good.
Great show. You need to watch it.
First season better than the second season, but second season still good.
Great show.
Yeah.
Great show.
The only thing I know about White Lotus is the dude has a hammer or something, right?
I don't remember that part of it.
Don't they show?
Don't they show that?
No, that was like the big rumor. That was the big thing. I've never seen it, but like, don't they show the dude's dick or something in the?
No, some guy gets.
I don't remember that part.
Some guy gets a spoiler alert. He gets a rim job at the hotel, and it comes out that he's like. You find out that he's. So I don't think there was a.
What is White Lotus about?
That
sex?
No, rock and roll. No, it's it kind of changes each season.
So what's the first season?
The
about?
first season, it was I guess they were going on vacation, and it was kind of like the inner workings of these people on vacation, how they all come to they're all not, they don't know each other, but at the end of it, they all are interconnected. Well, no.
Oh.
They're all connected into something.
Okay.
And so they all have this shared
And
experience.
then there is something that happens at the hotel resort that kind of like brings everybody together, if you will.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna watch it.
It's good.
It's good. Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I've been looking for a new show, so I appreciate that. All right. Even though we don't have,
tell me when you get to the rim job scene.
Yeah. Okay. Even though we don't have New Year, new sponsors, we're still gonna do our segments. I think I've made the decision.
Still gonna do them?
Yeah. We don't necessarily have to have a mistake of the day today, but I think we definitely should have curtain calls.
Yes.
So let's get to it.
Well, no, wait.
Oh, no? You want to wait a little bit?
It'll be next time.
Oh, okay. So next time. Next time. You're right. I can't put y'all on the.
I do. Well,
I will give a curtain call to the LSU guys. I think the LSU had 5 Pro Bowlers this year. So far, these are the initial Pro Bowl selections. Obviously, people that are still playing aren't going to be like Jaden Daniels won't be in the Pro Bowl. Well, maybe if they're out, but there's people that can't play, so then they add their replacements and whatever. But Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and there should be one other one, Derek Stingley, Jr.
Mm-hmm.
All 5 made the Pro Bowl, and I think a big snub is Brian Thomas Jr. Probably should have made it. He had like 1,200 yards receiving and 10 touchdowns.
Yeah, he should. Yeah.
And not saying. I mean, look. I think Malik had more catches than him, but 10 touchdowns I think should put him in. It just sucks that he played for the Jaguars.
the Jags. I do want to say this, and we didn't really talk about this, but I think this is crazy. You don't really see stuff like this happen all the time. But Jamar Chase this year obviously having a crazy year, 1,600 plus yards receiving, I think 16, 13, something like that. The entire Patriots receiving corps, all of them, 15-43.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase is beating them all by himself.
Wow.
He's got more receiving
yards than the whole. Love today. That's curtain call worthy, whether it's sponsored or not. That needs to be tipped a little bit.
No doubt.
I wish I could show the intro. Did you see this? The Darts guy's intro?
You can't show that?
No, it's a very popular song.
Oh, yeah.
Copyrighted. But the atmosphere at these things are unbelievable.
When is the Darts Championship?
It's today.
I know. What time?
That's what I was just on it. Final for the Ages.
Is it on ESPN?
I don't know what it's on.
The Ocho?
I would imagine. But it's Michael Van Gerwen, 3-time champion, against the young gun 17-year-old.
17-year-old.
Who made it to the final last year and lost, but they won in a dominant display in the
semis.
Yeah, second round batch, whatever that is. I haven't seen the darts, but I do plan on watching it tonight.
It's tonight.
I'm gonna gamble on it.
Can you?
Apparently, these people get shit-faced there, though, and they just cheer darts the entire time.
I mean, I've seen videos. It seems electric.
I would like to go. Maybe they'll have darts in London.
Maybe so, at a bar, a little pub.
No, I'm saying like like maybe there's another one of these things that, like a championship.
I don't.
And I end up going.
What?
I stay.
I don't know if that.
Become a dart player. Darts is the most fun you can have at the bar, aside from
darts. And shuffleboard.
Yeah, I'm a darts guy.
I know. I like both.
Yeah.
I like darts.
What's the first place you think of when you think of shuffleboard? I think of Lafayette. They have shuffleboard. Yeah, they have shuffleboard everywhere.
Corner bar's got one.
Yep.
I used to have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's always, for some reason, like every Lafayette bar has shuffleboard.
It's just easy to,
Yeah.
We used to have a shuffleboard. I want to say Indianapolis. AAA team in Indianapolis. The visiting clubhouse had a shuffleboard thing in there. So yeah, they had some competitions in there.
I guess if we want to do mistake of the day, I don't know if this is too political or not, but apparently Kamala Harris forgot the Pledge of Allegiance. She didn't know the words.
I mean, it is political, but
yeah,
that's tough.
I mean,
everybody should know the Pledge of Allegiance.
When's the last time you said it?
Actually, so Allie's in this business, this business group in Baton Rouge, and before every of those meetings, I've had they say the Pledge of Allegiance.
It's like elementary school.
But all those meetings do that. Like I was in another meeting for something else, and that's how they started Pledge of Allegiance. So before that, though, it's been a while.
Yeah, that's interesting take. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, for company-wide policy, that's interesting.
It was not a company. It's a group, but different companies are in this group. Yeah.
Assert their dominance with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, and curtain call. I knew I had one. West Virginia just hired Rich Rodriguez.
Right.
Former Mountaineer star running back Noel Devine, all-time highlight tape, by the way.
All time.
Is joining the staff.
As?
Didn't put that in the title.
Okay. Where was he at before?
I don't think he was working in this field.
Oh. Okay.
So
I don't feel like he was not coaching.
yeah. So he's gonna do something for the Mountaineers, though. What I think is awesome. Bring him back. This is a Coach O special.
Did they hire? Weren't they about to hire the OC from Oklahoma? Did they hire him?
I don't know. I haven't been that tuned into West Virginia football.
Yeah.
But I just saw that, and I remember it made me think of
Noel
YouTube
Devine.
videos
Yeah,
in high
crazy.
school. His was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Before Huddle.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Wild.
Him and Cody Paul.
I don't remember Cody Paul. Remember it was McGuffey.
Yeah, Sam McGuffey.
Sam McGuffey.
Is a stud.
From Texas. That was it. His was like all-time highlight film too.
And you're like, how is he not going to play?
He went to
Joe
Michigan.
McKnight
Yeah,
had
he
an nasty
did.
one too.
What's that?
Joe McKnight had an
Oh
nasty
yeah.
one too.
Yes, he did. Reggie Bush, obviously. These are all. This was like the YouTube special. They had no the
huddle.
music in the background.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah, they had no huddle, where the huddle was just silent or the crowd screaming.
And was your highlight tapes with like VHS, like
DVD, baby.
DVD. There you
VHS, come
go.
on.
Get taped over it.
I got no VHS too. Yeah, that's the thing. Both. I got both. That's how old we are.
I didn't have mine VHS.
Oh, yeah.
I had mine on DVD.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but I got both.
Cody Paul was like that 5-year-old kid that was gonna be an elite. Also, he's in the same McGuffey, but McGuffey he was like doing front flips over kids.
Yeah, McGuffey went to Michigan and didn't
he
pan out,
transferred
then
out.
transferred somewhere else, and then you lost track of him.
Yeah,
I think he went to Rice, maybe. I don't
that
know.
sounds right.
How do I know this? I don't know.
Yeah, Sam McGuffey segment.
Yeah, all time. That was an all-time highlight tape.
Oh, he's playing Canadian football. Or he was.
Nice. Still making it. Trying to.
Yeah, he went to Rice. Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
That's incredible.
That's pretty impressive that I knew that.
4.32, 40-yard dash.
Yeah, he could fly. Athletic.
Rushed for 5,800 yards
In his career.
in high school.
Oops. What a career.
Junior year, he ran for 3,000 yards.
Yep.
He was the hurdle guy.
Yeah, he was the beginning of the hurdle guy.
Yep.
For sure. All right. What y'all got this weekend?
A-Town be balling.
Jay?
Not much.
Still, have you
We're still,
officially moved in? Like all moved in?
Yeah. I mean, like we still, you know how it goes, bro. You can't get all that done at once.
You're still unboxing? How many? So you got
Yeah,
how many
still-
rooms? You got 3 rooms? 2 rooms?
3 and a bonus.
Hey, love that.
Yeah, a little bonus. A little bonus action.
Love that. Good area.
I bet that bonus room is already
Great
set
area.
up with the PlayStation in there and one chair and one.
No,
TV.
the bonus room is going to be a lot of the podcast room. That's what's going to happen. This is the bonus room, honestly. It's just not very set up yet. We're trying to get everything else put together first before I
just
make
got
my
here.
way up here to do this.
Hey, I just got there. You got to take some time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope y'all have a great weekend. I'm gonna have a great weekend. I'm gonna have a great
What are you
week.
doing? Yeah.
I'm chilling because we're leaving on Sunday to go to
What
Cancun.
time's your flight?
I think it's at 8
a.m.
Yeah.
What
From
time?
New
are you-
What seat you got?
I don't know.
It's
any
first
of
come,
that.
first serve on Spirit.
Is
dude.
it?
No.
Oh. No, I don't know. I don't know all that. I said I didn't book the flights this time.
What gate are y'all at? What gate are y'all at?
That I do not know as well. I'm just gonna get there and just hope.
Flight's at 8.
Just hope.
What time are you gonna leave?
5.
What time are you gonna leave?
5. That is.
With or without?
That is. We're leaving at 5.
Jerry, what time do you think they're leaving?
5, 10 at best.
I'm good with that,
Yeah.
but 5.
6.
5.
See, that's how it
Oh,
goes.
if
At
we leave at 6, we're fucked.
Spirit waits for no man.
Yeah, if we leave at 6, we're not in a good spot. All right, that's all we got for today. We'll be back next week live on Friday, not Monday or Wednesday, but Friday. Baseball season right around the corner. Got a lot of stuff happening over the next few months. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you don't like watching us. If you like listening to us, anywhere you get your pods. Have a great weekend. Enjoy last weekend of NFL, and we will see you next week. Peace.
Goodbye.